It's the Bishop.
And I.
We're glad that you're here again.
What you said? You say something?
I think I said. Vous avez pas vos vélos, non nous sommes à pied pourquoi parce que moi j'ai mon vélo d'abord devant yo.
What?
Oh, c'est chouette que yo?
What?
Oui, allons vie. They call me V.
Okay, whatever he said.
Welcome. Now, wouldn't it be messed up?
I don't know if he cussed me out or what he just said.
You say you go see the words at the bottom of the screen. You know, thank God for them little words on the bottom of the screen, because sometimes
I love closed caption.
You know, sometimes you don't hear right.
Yes.
And those closed caption, it tells you exactly what they. Usually, it'll tell you exactly what they said. Sometimes it be off. Because I've been watching church services and I be thinking that, you know, I could read at the bottom and the person say something that may sound kind of close to something else, and that closed caption be down there cussing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Miscommunication.
And
then you sitting there thinking, Lord, they cussing in church. Because really you wasn't listening, you was just reading. And therefore now you think everybody in church cussed.
Yep.
How do we get past these miscommunications? How do we get on the same page? That's what we're talking about today. Miscommunications and how to get back on the same page.
Man.
A lot of times in marriages.
I want to say all the time in marriage. All the time.
Hey, Della.
He said, you're not going to bring her up in this.
I mean, my prayers are with y'all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, because, you know, they say men are from Mars, women from Venus or whatever. And trying to communicate. We think we saying one thing, they think they saying something, and we are on two different worlds. And I said A, B, and C, but no, you said A, you said D, E, and F. You said no, but I said A, B, and C. And if you don't take our time to really listen, to what the person is saying,
to understand,
trying to understand, then you always gonna have that. Y'all two different planets feeling.
And then I think just a mistake that people make in miscommunication is that you think insulting the person is communicating, and that's not communicating. You're communicating, but it's a miscommunication. You're just talking to insult. You're not talking to gain understanding so we can get to a solution. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I guess that brings me to the first point that came to my mind was being respectful. Yeah. Because the minute you disrespect somebody in a communication, trust me, they have stopped listening altogether.
All the way.
They have stopped listening. They not trying to hear you. And now everything is starting to turn into sarcasm instead of a good communication. Yeah. And you're mad. You done got angry. And the communication balance, if I can use that word, is thrown off. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're not getting anywhere. Now we're just insulting one another. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're talking, but we're not communicating.
And I also would say, make sure that you're not trying to dominate the conversation.
Yes, interrupting.
You know, let them have something to say. I mean, you say your words, but leave them some space to say something. Yeah. Instead of you get done with everything you got to say, kind of how we do God. Blah, 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 blah. Amen.
Amen. Then he ain't got time to say nothing he wanted to say.
I don't know why the Lord don't talk to me. You know, I read my word. He said, well, he talk. He said, I was ready to talk, but you walked away. And maybe sometimes that's how we do people. You know what I'm saying? We get all of our point out. And then we just walk away and then wonder why things ain't done the way we want them done, or this ain't happening the way we want it. Yeah. Because maybe the way we're communicating is not the way they're going to take it in. Yeah. As adults, we do have to be careful how we communicate with children. Yeah. Because we want to communicate with them as adults. But they don't understand that.
Yep. You got to get on their level.
You know, but
you got to get on their level.
And so even the same way, there are some people that have different maturity levels. Amen. And, you know, just because they seem like one way, maybe they're somewhere else. And maybe if you talk to them, and you find out about them, then you'll say, okay, so when I talk to you, I need to do A, B, and C, so that you'll understand better. And if I do that, then I'm gonna see the results of that conversation. But if you ain't seeing no results, maybe you need to check and see, are my communication skills not where they need to be?
And then another thing too that I think is good with communicating or getting on the same page of miscommunication is making sure that you kind of give confirmation to the other person, like, okay, I understood that. You know what I mean? Like, I understood that. I know where you're coming from. That's something that we can work on. When you put that type of communication together when talking to somebody, it makes it flow a lot better. That person understands that you're not trying to be sarcastic, that you're being straightforward with them, and you're generally trying to understand. Because at the end, when we are communicating with somebody, especially in relationships, that's what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get that person to understand where you're coming from, and you should be trying to understand where that person is coming from. So that we can get to a better place in a relationship. Because once you get to a better place in that relationship, that just makes it easier for if that has to come back up to be communicated easier later. You know.
I also say in communication, make sure you watch the nonverbal cues. Know when somebody has checked out the conversation. I'm so serious because I'll tell them myself, I can check out a conversation so fast, it ain't even funny. And you be sitting there, and I have turned the automated voice message on, and all you getting is
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You crazy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And because really, you just talking to hear yourself talk.
Amen.
You really don't, because if you really wanted to know what I was thinking, you would pause and let me say something. And so instead of just having what? That's a shame. Nope. Yeah. And it gets there sometimes.
Yes,
and we have to be careful.
Yes,
I hope I ain't telling no husband secrets out there.
Oh Lord, you gonna get folks in trouble.
I hope I'm not telling your secrets.
Oh, you gonna get folks in trouble.
We have to get to a place to where our communication is better.
Yeah.
Especially if we want to survive and have a relationship.
Oh man.
You have to have good communication.
Yep.
And that's one of the major things they talk about in marriage. If your communication's off, your marriage is gonna be off.
Yep.
And so we are just hoping that we can help you, hoping that we can encourage you. Get that communication right. Get it right with your children. Get it right with your spouse. Get it right on your job. You know, there's some people on your job. You wondering why they do some of the stuff they do. Well, how are you communicating to them?
Yeah.
You know, are you telling them good job for everything that they do?
Yeah.
Or are you communicating? You need to stop doing that.
Because I'm gonna tell you one way to get me not to understand where you coming from is to cuss me out. Especially on the job. I don't care if you've been there 10,000 years. Don't you cuss at me. I'm a man. You talk to me like a man. You communicate to me like a man. I'm gonna respond to you like a responsible man. You do understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But folks at some of these jobs, they want to talk to you any type of way and think you're supposed to respond just because they giving you money. Man.
No. You want respect.
Yeah, hello?
If I'm giving you respect in my conversation.
Especially, not to put out the women, but especially when you're dealing with a man.
Yeah.
You better talk to me right.
Yeah.
He said, I don't let nobody talk to me like that. And he said, the only reason why I ain't hit you in the mouth is because we on this job and I might go to jail. You know, I'm trying not to lose this job.
If ever you hear about Oz and Jim, the Cash App is $ DaBizhop and Oz. Again, that's $ DaBizhop and Oz. And hopefully it appears on the bottom of the screen.
Come to us quick, because
we don't want to go to jail.
Lord, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah,
I'm not your child. I'm not your wife. If you do talk to your wife like that,
you should be ashamed.
I am not her.
Yeah, you don't know. No.
Man.
That's not the way to get it done.
You talking about miscommunication.
You know. And then you also gotta be careful of your tone.
Yeah. Be
careful of the tone that you give, because you could be like, man, that's just how I talk to everybody. Well, that's why don't nobody talk to you.
Hello, man.
That's a part of communication.
Yes.
The way you look at folks. That's not the nonverbal cues. That's all part of communication.
Yep.
I could be talking about, you're just the greatest person in the world. And I'm looking at and I think you're just wonderful. And you looking at my face like
I stink.
I don't think you mean what you saying.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just gonna take it as face. I can't even take it for face value because your face looks bad.
Like we said at the beginning of this, be respectful, man.
Yeah.
Be respectful. Whether you talking to a man or you talking to a woman, be respectful, and more than likely, their ears gonna be willing to listen to what you got to say. But the first time when you sit there and try to communicate with somebody, and the first thing come out your mouth is something disrespectful, they have tuned you out, and they done went into argue mode.
Yeah, or defense mode.
Mode. Like we ain't talking no more to get understanding.
No.
Now we talking because now we arguing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
got to come out on top on this one. Mm-hmm. Because you're not about to do that to me.
No.
No, sir. No, ma'am. You're not going to do it. Mm-mm. And so we do have to be careful with that. But our ultimate goal is to come away with an understanding.
Yes.
That's our ultimate goal. And that should be a goal.
Possibly a solution.
Yeah. And hopefully that's what you want. And you don't want to go in with the mindset of I'm going to argue and I'm going to win. Mm-hmm. If you go into a conversation thinking I'm going to win, you ain't going into a conversation.
Sure ain't.
You going to a fight.
Yes, right.
You know,
that
couples
right.
Don't go into there with I'm gonna win, I'm right, and I'm gonna prove I'm right and all that. Because right then you're going in with the wrong spirit, and then you wonder why things ain't going right in your house.
Even if you are right, still try to give room to understand where that person is coming from.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Still give room for that.
Yeah.
Because he may not or she may not have understood where you was coming from, and that's where the messing up is at.
Again, you speaking French, they speaking English. Mm-hmm. It takes a while for somebody to learn a new language.
Hello.
Especially when you first get in a relationship, you think because they spoke your language at first. Well, once you get up in there,
man,
you're going to find out, we speak different.
Yep.
And now I got to learn your language.
Yep.
And it takes time to learn languages.
Ain't nothing, yeah.
It takes time. But you have to be willing to put in the time to understand what they're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope you understood all that.
I think we communicated well.
I think so, too. I hope so. And if you didn't understand, now watch all the other episodes and maybe one of them would talk to you better than this one did.
Sweet Lord.
But thank you so much for watching. Thank you because we believe that you're going to like, share, and subscribe. And we want to communicate that to you that we need you to like, share, and subscribe because it helps us know that we're on the right path with you. Outside of that, it's been DaBizhop
and Oz.
Catch you next time. This is DaBizhop.